Hey, for you dude out there who don't think I get around, I do get around. I travel everywhere I go. And the reason I wasn't traveling yesterday is because I had the means not to, and because of idiots like you who make it impossible for people like me to freely exist. Then when I have the means of not encountering a policy enforcement officer and taking the chance, I elect not to do it. But yes, I travel every day, as I'm doing right now. I'm on my way home from work. You're only driving if you're getting paid. You guys need to realize that. You're traveling in your private property. These people have a spell over you. You need to break it. If you learn how to work the court system, take the time and learn how it works, then you would help turn everybody loose. That driver's license stunt was not just a fucking stunt, people. You all need to get on board with that, I'm telling you. It's the only way to stop this tyranny and oppression. They have your very existence with that document and you submitting to it. You're worse off than a slave. You're paying for your mortal existence. Not only that, but you're causing free-thinking people to fall victim to the system. And we're trying to tell you that the system has already failed you. What have they done for you? What have these leaders done? Tell me. I know they killed a lot of people in your name if you pay taxes, because you are funding it, as well as me. And I know it. I hate it every day. I wish I had this camera with me in the shop. You know, I could just talk my thoughts out then. You'd be surprised at some of the shit that comes out of my mouth. My next gig, people, I'm going to get 4 copies of my birth certificate. 4 copies. And I'm going to write the same statement on every one of them copies of my birth certificate. And I'm going to send one to the state capitol. I'm going to send one to Washington, D.C. And I'm going to send one to London City. And I'm going to send one to the Vatican City. People, your birth certificate is nothing but secured stock. It creates a secured stock in your name, and they have you, people. And why do you think they have your footprint on your birth certificate? Why don't they just take the fingerprint? They want the footprint because that's your soul. You get it? They want your soul. They don't give a fuck about you. They want your soul. And if that don't piss you off, you're already gone. There's no hope for you. If you can't see what this corrupt government has done to the people and its operation and the fallacies of it, killing millions of people in your name, governments all over the world, people, that driver's license and that birth certificate, that is not actually a stunt. That you all need to participate in this. I'll tell you what, them birth certificates and them driver's license, them documents that they're issuing out to own you, start showing up in their mail, it's going to be known. They're going to know that the people are tired of the shit. And if you guys don't fucking jump in and help out, you can't do it on the internet, people. They control the internet. Get it? The only reason you're seeing this is because they allow it. If they do, you're going to have to spread it with the mouth. and get everybody. If you cannot go without an identification card, make a copy of your driver's license and send that to them. Wake these motherfuckers up. I guarantee if we all just did that, we would change the face of humanity today, overnight. Quit participating. You want to know how to end terrorism? I'll tell you how to end terrorism, people. Stop funding it. Who's the biggest terrorist organization in the world? USA Inc. They create terror. You're paying them to protect you from the entities they create. You don't think for yourselves. None of you. Y'all were taught how to think in school. You weren't taught, you were all taught what to think in school. You weren't taught how to think. They taught you what to think. They showed you a globe from day one and said that's what it was. They opened up their science books and said this is the way it is. And none of you were smart enough to question reality. And so you don't know what reality is. And I'm going to tell you something. You need to read antiquity. Antiquity opens your eyes, makes you see how you're going to live. You're going to live, it's only going to be by what you do in your life. The memory is going to bring you back and keep you alive. You know what I mean, folks? How are you going to live in the future if you die in your life? That's why I'm doing this, people. I have to thank Daniel Pratt, and I wish he'd come back. And Whitey for getting me out there, and Old Marine One. And I'll tell you what's really opened my eyes. Obey Fun, thank you very much. I love you. Obey Fun, people. Quit being so depressed. Obey Fun, you'll have a happy life. Life is a lot happier if you obey Fun. Stop funding the government. Obey Fun. I'm going to my house, traveling home, so that the government can steal $200 out of my paycheck this week alone. Because I elected to go exempt, and they informed my employer that if they did not change my status to 0 and single, that they were going to start investigations on him. And so he changed me, told me I could quit if I wanted to. Can you believe that? I don't know what to do, people. I'm in the process of getting out of the deal I'm in right now. I don't know what's going on here. I thought I'd be home and I'd already got all this shit off my head. But if you do your studies and learn how the court systems are supposed to work, then we'd all be doing a lot better. I just want to say thanks for all the new subscribers that have entered the subscription on me. I don't care if I have 0 subscribers, people. I don't care. I just want the message out there. You people need to take your lives back. You have no dignity. You gave your dignity away when you give them your when you submitted an application for a driver's license. You give them your dignity. Are you going to take it back? Send your driver's license to Washington, D.C. Show your discontent. People in England, send yours to your capital. Australia, do the same. Germany, do the same. They'll see the fluctuation of all these driver's licenses, these documents that they issue, people. They're the ones creating the chaos. They have you all convinced that you need to die defending the Constitution of the United States. You're thinking wrong, people. live and stamp out tyranny and oppression. Your children and your grandchildren, they depend on you for their existence, for them to have half of a freedom. People, I grew up pretty free. I was in the wilderness, out in the forest kinda. Very limited law supply. I ran free. I know what freedom is. I know how to live off the land. I'm not afraid of what's gonna happen when it happens. I'm gonna have me a key group that I know, who I can depend on and trust. I know I said I can only depend on myself, and that's the truth of it. You can. You can only depend on yourself, people, for anything. But there is a bond of trust that you grow with individuals, and there's going to be like-minded individuals who are going to succeed in this dilemma we're in, and are going to, I think that's why maybe they're starting to get rid of the homeless people, offering them food. See, the homeless people, they're pretty wise. They see everything that's going on. But they're also very simple. You offer them free food, hey, it's a meal. I know how to live for free. I gotta eat. Jack them up, haul them off. People, it's not gonna get pretty. It's not gonna get pretty at all. Hope you bear with me while I sit here and get these thoughts in my head here. Got trains and all sorts of things over there. The reality of it all is, though, people, if you don't make a stand with this driver's license, it will end up being a violent revolution. People are waking up all over the place about the corruptions in government, and it's about to collapse financially. You all see it. You would have to be blind or stupid, just willfully ignorant, not to be looking around and seeing what's going on around you. The corporation is creating all this hate and discontent to keep you all divided. The main focus y'all need to focus on is who the enemy really is. People, human beings don't create war. Religion and leaders, people who attempt to lead, are domineering people. They want to control everything. And that's why they're willing to sacrifice your children, my children, my grandchildren. But you don't see their children going to the front lines. It's a sad, sad day, people, when you know this information right here, right now, and you still participate in the system. They have their boot on your throat, and you're paying tribute to them for your very existence. I recommend everybody abandon the system. Send your documents to them. Let them have them. You don't need them. At least the copies. Let them know we're fed up. Here's something, people. This is not their money anymore. It's the people's money. Are they gonna, you think they'll be able to come and get it all, collect it all up? No, not unless you people help them. You know, we just got to get rid of them. Take your pots and pans to Washington, D.C. I'm going, I'm telling you. I'm taking my pots and pans and I'm headed to Washington, D.C. I don't know if you guys, anybody's going to get on board with me. But Iceland did it, people. They got rid of the oppressors and the tyranny. And they took their country back. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. I'm done talking right now and this train ain't going away. And so I'm going to call our quits right there. Thanks for all the new subscriptions and thanks for tuning in. Have a wonderful evening.